Yes, sir. Ras Caleb, Channel One Sound, out of London, UK. Right here in Brooklyn, New York. Isis, Rastafari.
Rastafari, Mikey Judd from Channel One Soundsystem. The first time in New York, Brooklyn. And then come to give Isis and blessings to the people them of New York, to the people them of the USA. Isis.
All right, Channel One Soundsystem, it's been around for about 35 years. So give us a brief history on the sound system. 35 years in the business is a long time.
Long time.
Tell us about that.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's, as I said, it's been a family-orientated thing. It started from way back in the 50s, from Pops, him coming from Jamaica, and he came to England in the 50s and had the sound system in the 60s, and took it right up to into the 70s, where and my big brother Keith, he took it from the 70s, and we basically took it over from 79, 80. And so it's been going from since, even way before then. And but really Channel One Soundsystem is actually been, with I and I, we've been kind of around for 35 years. And as I said, the motivation is, as I said, through Rastafari, and the powers and the consciousness of, playing to people from all over the world. Isis.
And Ras Caleb, when did you join Channel One?
I joined Channel One middle of 1995, and I've been with Channel One ever since.
And what is your specific roles on Channel One Soundsystem?
My role is the MC. Yes, and so the MC, as MC mean Master of Ceremonies, yes. And Mikey is the operator and selector and the manager. Channel One Sound.
I'm not the manager.
All right, Mike is one of the managers of Channel One Sound, and Jati, elder brother, is the manager.
The manager.
Rastafari.
Okay. One of the things that I admire about the English fraternity when it comes to sound is the love for actual sound system. And as you said, Mikey's the operator, so this means that Channel One is actually a sound system.
That's right.
Okay, so you have people who's bringing in the sound, setting up the sound before you actually play a dance, versus showing up with a laptop.
No,
now,
what it is, we say people setting up the sound. We set up the sound. I say we set up the sound. As I said, from there on, you see, with sound system, as opposed to a laptop, as I said to you before, we are the first people in that venue, whether it's 6, 7 o'clock in the evening, or we are the last people to leave at 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. I think when everybody's gone, and we're still lifting boxes, whether it's up the stairs or down the stairs, up till now. Right now, I'm in my 50s, and we still a lift box.
Okay, so what part of the UK is Channel One from?
What part of the UK? Yeah. London.
Okay, London. So if you have to travel north to play a dance,
Take the sound.
are you taking the sound?
We take the sound system.
Baccalaureate.
We drive, some that I drive going up, and Caleb drives coming back.
Okay, so now, with that being said now, what is your views of sound system as it stands now, where a lot of the sounds are playing minus the sound system?
Well, you see, the thing is what we see with sound systems, no, with DJs. I shouldn't say sound system, with DJs. You see, DJs will come on, and you might get 10 DJs on one show. But you see them 10 DJs, they all want to come on at prime time. And nobody wants to open up the show, or nobody wants to close it. So a lot of the DJs wants to come on at prime time, and they all want to play the same hit-bound tune, same hit music of the time. You see, and you can't do that. So you see, when we come on and we play from whether it's 10 o'clock down till 6, you get the people them coming in, and you give them a selection when them are coming. And see, in the middle of the session now, you give them all the hit-bound tune them. You can add your new dubs or whatever you can do. And then you see when 6 o'clock in the morning, you see when people are drift out and then get a belly full of roots and culture, and then you go back into certain music, back in your deep in your box, and you go into, and that's when you start let them go nice and easy, constantly. That's where them get a really belly full of roots and culture for the night.
Okay, so now looking at it from a New York standpoint, you know the sound system culture is based on the actual sound system in England. Can you tell us some of the top sound systems in your estimation in England?
Well, there's a lot of sound systems in England, but a lot of sound systems doing the work is between Channel One, Abashanti, Jashaka, Irish and Stepper, Jatobis, and Jayut. You know, them sound systems is doing a lot of work throughout the world of reggae music. And so them is the type of sounds that keep the roots and culture music going. And you know, and just Channel One alone is a lot of sound systems. I think from out of London, from out of Leeds, whatever, from out of all the type of places in England. So we all come together more time. We might play in one or two dances between the Holloway. Other than that, everybody's doing their own thing across the world.
Okay, now in America, in the United States, in current dancehall, the biggest sound system clash we would say is World Clash. In 2011, you entered a clash sponsored by Red Bull, which you won that clash.
210.
That was 2010. Okay. What was it like playing for a company as big as Red Bull, an international brand, and what was it like competing against who you played against in that format of Sound Clash?
Well, you see, at the time when we did enter the, as they call it, the World Clash at the time, you know, there were people who were saying that we should never do it because they would say that we are sellout and we are washed down the essence of the roots vibes and whatever. But then you had other people who saw something could grow from this. Yeah, because the real truth is them bring roots and culture into that, you could say, into that arena to really trample down roots music and say, look, this music is no good, right? But as I said, we went in there with the power of the Almighty, and no one could overcome the power of the Almighty, right? So when a man tried to do something, in forgetting said the powers is there, and the powers did move that night with the people, and the truth is, they tried their best. Mikey played his selection and never sway. The other people was changing and cussing down one another, and man, I pulled down him trousers, and you know, and we just carry on and we chant Rastafari all night. And the people then feel the energy and the vibe and the rhythm. And at the end of the night, when they say who win, Channel One. The promoters ran away, right? They literally ran away. They didn't present us with the cup. They never give we no money. They didn't give we the promotion they said they would give us. We didn't get nothing from Red Bull, not even a drink, yes? But the happiness was that we went there bringing the family around the world with we and showing them the power of roots reggae music. And we won, and that's all we needed. We didn't need no money, we didn't need no fame or nothing, we did win.
Okay, so in 2010, that was definitely an eye-opener.
It's for the world.
You went to the world of Red Bull, as they say, and you conquered it.
That's right.
2012, they brought you back as the defending champions. They stacked the deck with names that, household names, I would say. Major Lazer is a big brand right now as far as music across any genre.
Yeah.
So they stacked the deck in 2012, and I felt at the same time it was great because it's cross genre and reggae music still gets portrayed in a great light via Channel One. But at the same time, I thought it was more like a circus.
Yeah.
What was your views on the last Red Bull competition that you went to?
Let's tell you the honest truth. When we went back to defend the coppers, they'll say, in a sense, you know, when you have a feeling that you knew you wasn't going to win that night. Because, you know, as Mikey was telling you, we did the work already. We proved a point the first time. We didn't have nothing to prove the second time. So whoever them want to give the cup to, because we knew they weren't going to give us the cup again, right? And if you people who was there that night saw a setup, right? It was the living setup. Me even see it with my, right? But we knew we weren't going to win. To tell the truth, I thought Major Lazer won, but they didn't win.
And just to interject, the magnitude of what was happening in Wembley Arena that night was Usher came out to perform for Major Lazer.
Yeah.
So here you have Channel One actually in a clash against Usher.
Yeah, but you see, who is Usher? He's just a man like me and you. Simple.
Listen, man, you see with Usher, that night there,
He made a fool out of himself.
you can't bring Usher in what he's doing, what he does day in, day out. And you come and bring a man what he does day in, day out to come and sing on a stalag with him. You don't do that. You make him look like an idiot. And there you see, Channel One Soundsystem is the only sound system that evening what made it true to what we do. And there you see, all the other things, all the other genres.
A lot of rules was broken on that night. And
That's
just to
right.
be clear, Major Lazer still did not win.
A whole peruse was broken that night. And as Caleb said, to be honest with you, they never wanted to invite us in the first place. But because we win it in 2010, they know they had to, because they couldn't have a sound clash in there without the defending champions. So they bring in the defending champions. We stuck to the rules. We did what we had to do, and we played vinyl music. And when you play vinyl music, and the essence of what we did, we brought in Luciano from Jamaica. And when we bring in Luciano from Jamaica, and we sat in the back and really went through what we wanted to do, and Luciano and Dolly said, you know what, this is the night for we. And when he's talking, this is the night for we, this is the night for all sound systems across the world of reggae music. And we're going to put sound system on a platform that sound system would probably never go. And you see, so the night was really to make reggae music, Rastafari music, and Rasta keep your heads held high. Because don't forget, a lot of these audiences would never come to a sound system dance, would never come to a Rastaman dance, would never come to a conscious people dance, unless we're in there.
But like I said before, I was glad that they chose a sound system such as Channel One to represent the genre.
Yes, sir.
Because of what you bring to the table. Now, what is your opinion on the current state of music versus what you came up playing through your 35 years?
Well, the current state, you see, I can only talk for what we do and what we play. The current state I'll just take Jamaica, for instance. The current in Jamaica is not good. It's gone down to a level that I would never think would happen. Because years ago, when we used to go cut dubs in Channel One Maxwell Avenue, we used to go cut dubs used to go get dubs from Jammies and King Tubbies, all these type of things coming up. All the sound system was coming up. They diluted it so much and went into the dancehall so much, they lost the essence of what reggae music was all about in Jamaica. And you see, now it was down to the sound systems in England what kept it moving, what kept it going, what kept the consciousness, what kept Rasta as a point in that in the free music, you can come to a Channel One session, you can come to an Abishanti session, you come to a Jashaka session, and you get the real music from start to finish. Not something what's got to be mixed up with, I say Usher. in a dubs. Not something was going to mix up with Michael Jackson or something like that in a something. We not in that. And thing, we played two things.
Have you listened to recent dub plates from these new sounds?
No, because I don't listen good. I don't go to the for them session.
Okay.
I only come to Channel One, Shanty, Shaka, all the sound systems who's playing the roots and culture music. That is what I support. It don't make sense me I go to them type of session because we walk out in 5 minutes.
So what do you do as a substitute for you in a session and you want to play something people never heard before?
Mm-hmm.
Where's that music coming from now?
That music is coming from that music is coming from producers all over the world. All over the world, people are producing. You have a person here, right here. She's producing music. What probably would never get played in a dance hall, but will get played on the sound system, on the roots and culture sound system. And and it's people like Amanda. It's people from all over the world now. People in France, people in Holland, people in all kind of dubs. They are all people in Colombia who's producing music now, which is good enough to play on sound system now. And that's what it's all about. So when people come to a session like Fury One, they want to hear some new things from different producers. And they say, that's what the sound system is all about. And that's what makes these sound systems, and the sound systems was just starting out, rising.
Stop the war in the garrison.
Where we there?
Stop the war in the garrison.
In a Rastaman yard tonight. Blazing fire, burning fire, burning wickedness, I said we burning bad mind. Blazing fire, burning fire, we burning wickedness, blazing. Come on.
Okay, so now I noticed that in the Red Bull Clash,
Mm-hmm.
for instance, you guys was playing vinyl.
Mm-hmm.
You state that you play vinyl.
Mm-hmm.
What do you feel as technology? It's easier for DJs to play MP3s now.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel as a selector operator? Would you ever play MP3?
No, not one bit. Nothing in a Channel One sound system come as MP3, Serato, or CD. Reason being, because you see when youths come up and they come and see what you're doing, they want to come and see you. Don't forget, sound system is an art formula. It's an art, and you have to go through. Years ago, we used to talk about a youth man sound going through the apprenticeship, or youth selector going through his apprenticeship before he come up to the big time. And you see, nowadays you're getting a man who's just, as I said, just born yesterday, taking music after the internet. And say my DJ. You see, what type of things that? Do your apprenticeship first. You see, because certain youth, something would never come. No, don't get me wrong. I've seen youth man selectors freeze on a night when I play roots and culture. I've seen them freeze because they just haven't got the experience, and they don't know the experience how to entertain a crowd. So if them do 2-3 sessions, 2-3 tunes, and every other crowd is bouncing, make them play one bad tune. When they play the one bad tune, they start sweat and they might wipe them forehead and thing too, because they don't know which way to go. But when you get a bad, we can't all do it. When you put on a bad record and say no, this wasn't for the time, you have to have that experience to get the crowd back on your side. When you get the crowd back on your side, you know where to go.
Okay, so being that it was 35 years that you guys been in the business, it's kind of surprised that you never made it to the United States. But what other countries have you played in besides the UK?
Everywhere.
Boy,
Everywhere.
Australia, New Zealand, Holland, Italy, Germany, Brazil, Finland, Slovenia. Well, you know them more than me too, right? Because advice them.
Mike is we got Slovenia, Slovakia, right? We got from Peru, Chile, Colombia, Brazil. You know, listen, man. You know, every year we go somewhere new. You know, and every year we go back to the same place. Right, and that's how roots reggae music is growing worldwide.
That's the fact. Big respect and greetings. As I said, thanks for turning up. Continue support the roots of reggae music. You know, said that is what we stand for. I think 2 weeks' time, Channel One Soundsystem will be one of the first sound systems in Dubai. And that's how we take reggae music. We take it seriously. We take it consciously. So anywhere Channel One go, don't forget, when you go home to your PC, check out www.channel1soundsystem.com. You'll find all things what's happening with Channel One Soundsystem.
Okay, so coming to New York for the first time.
Yes, sir.
Actually working with dubstyle records. Being from England, what is your view of the New York root scene right now, as it stands?
You see, right now, I know the root scene in New York, or I could say in America in general, has always been there, right? And the reason why I say that is because when I'm on Facebook, I get so much people from America and thing contacting me, saying that they've been to the UK, they've been to the Europe, and they've taken in the vibes, but they're trying to make it grow in the USA, but they say they're just getting a fight, yeah? And there was 1 and 2 small sound. There was a brother somewhere up in Ohio wanted to bring Channel One over a few years ago, but the same thing, he said the venue is the problem. And he was just holding a session in his house, you know. And you know what, it's a pleasure now for the item to invite we over now.
What's the difference between roots music and what we as a society today called dancehall?
Roots is from the earth. Yes, the name itself will tell you. Deep, right? That will tell you what type of form of reggae is. It's the deeper form of reggae music. Where dancehall is like its name, dance all. Yeah, you go into the dance, it's supposed to be a happy scene, everybody nice, carefree. Yeah, with roots now you come in the session, you get your entertainment, but on a spiritual level. Yeah, more on a spiritual level than anything else. Yes, sir.
Feeling the power, feeling the goodness, feeling the glory of Rastafari. Feeling today, feeling all around. Johnny around you, you know you know what. You know everyone. You know you wonder if. You know the world not with you.